Good morning everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity. And today is Tutorial Tuesday and making Alina Crafts envelope that came with that card and envelope die that I received last week. And if you need to see what that looks like or the measurements on it, I'll relink that whole video below today. But I will measure this envelope once we've made it. So to assist with it, I'm also using these stamps that I got last week. I'll flip them over. And I'm using this one here, and I'm going to use that as a seal on the envelope once it's been made. Now, I've tried to be extremely organised because drying time and everything. So this has been stamped. It is super shiny. Let's get up there. And it is sparkly, and I put some glitter on it, and I've already put a couple of foam pads on the back, and those have been cut. Well, that, not those, has been coloured in with Touch 5 markers. See, trying to be organised. And I did it by stamping onto white cardstock using a round die that I thought was suitable for that, and then I fussy cut the flower section at the top. I've used Alina Craft stamping block. I used VersaFine Clay to do that, and I also used my lovely Uniball Signo gold sparkle pen. These are called, yeah, I think they're just called sparkling. Yeah, you can see that on there. And as I said the other day, if you never own any of the sparkle pens, these are the ones to get because they just work and they're just super pretty. So that is that bit organised. I'll move this out of the way because I have already die cut the pieces for the envelope, and it's a sunflower, and I thought sunshine yellow would be nice. So in order to make this envelope, you need to cut 2 of these pieces and fold that section over, which is this. It die cuts just like that. So when you've got that die, cut 2 of those. You need 1 flap, and that one has also been folded over. I actually used my bone folding tool, so I've been really good. And then this is the base section, and you just need 1 of those. Now onto all of these pieces we need to put tape, and I'm going to use Dollar Tree tape, and I'm going to put it on, and I'll show you that when I come back in a second. Okay, so I've got all my tape on, and just because I'm in a yellow mood, here's my yellow bone folder, and I'm just going to make sure that that's nicely adhered onto there, and also just score those lines once again. And basically it's all gone onto the flaps that I'd folded over, and I just want to make sure that they've got a nice crease in them. When I put tape on an envelope, I never go right up to the edge, and the reason for that is sometimes, you know, we're not perfect. We can be a little bit off, and if you're a little bit off and you've got a load of sticky tape on show, all sorts of gunk and things can get attached to it. So it's always better to be just a little bit below the line. So, right, I've smoothed that onto there. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to take my base and I'm going to take my flap. Now, I want my flap to go on the inside of my turned up bit there. I'm just going to flap that back out of the way, and I'm going to remove this. Now, you know me, and this is usually where I start having a disaster, and I like to put things basically where I can see them. So I hope you can see that. It is a large envelope, so might be just a little bit of it off camera. Right. Now, you see, this is me. I'm always fiddling around, and then I'm trying to find the best way. So I'm actually going to squish that down there. Flatten it out. Now what I'm actually trying to do oh, here we go, early in the morning. What I'm actually trying to do is trying to get it neatly on here, just below the crease line so that it's not interfering with the opening and the closing. But I kind of like, you know, I want it to be even. I know that there are people out there who are highly skilled in, you know, pulling their tape out, you know, folding it over and then just ripping it. I can't do that. Really, I can't. I've tried. And then I've got that bit that goes to there, which means I want my interior flat piece to also be underneath this one, which will come over. So I am now going to peel my double-sided bit off and I'm going to put that down. It's great fun peeling the back off tape. I know people do it with pokey objects as well. I think I might just be a glutton for punishment. That's probably what it is. And if I open that bit out, and I can turn that over, and so the important thing is that you don't push down yet. That's really what you've got to remember. Don't push down until you're sure. And then you can always sort of like tease it and finagle it, which is exactly what I'm doing. So we've got that bit onto there. So if I turn it now, you can see the inside. You've got those pieces that are nice and tidy. That's all stuck down and that's all stuck down. So your next thing is this piece and this piece, which is going to stick to this piece. Now this piece is going to go over to here. So we're going to put this one down first. And this is where I probably will vanish off camera, but you will get to see this edge going down. So I'm putting it right there and I'm going to get it straight, I hope. And pop that down. And then this bit will quite literally lift up to reveal what you've got down here. And you need to be like this next. So I fully understand why people ask for envelope tutorials. Sometimes they're not always apparent how you're supposed to fold them and whatnot. So let's do this. Now I can fold that there and I can stick that down there. I can peel that bit off. And then it's always getting the sticky stuff on your fingers and, you know, trying to get yourself out of it. And this is the bit where I'm kind of like saying to you, don't put your glue right up to the edge. There we go. And then you can just smooth it down. And then what we've got is our lovely flap. So we've got a lovely sunshine yellow slimline envelope. Flip that over. You can see it's nice and tidy. There's no glue hanging out. And then just this that I made. And I've done it so that I can add another foam pad at the bottom, which would completely seal it. But just for now, it's just going to sit at the top and hopefully in the center. So let me just get that straight. And foam pads are exactly the same. You can play around with them as long as you don't push them down. Once you've pushed them down, that's it. That's where it stays. So that is my little tutorial today, and it was super quick and super easy. And I hope I did that slow enough so that you can just pause it and play it back if you get this envelope. And now that it's made, I can measure it. So it is 9 inches which is a great size by 4. So it is 9 by 4 inches, and I hope you can see all the sparkle on there. So that's what I did. Now, tomorrow, I just do not have a clue what I'm going to be up with. I mean, you know what I'm like. I've got sort of like hauls and things being delivered all the time. And I think I might even have my sales stuff being delivered this morning. So I may be up with that. Or I may be up with some DIY art bin. I just don't know yet. But talking about sales, AliExpress has got another sale on. So I will link some things below that have got genuine discounts on them that I'm going to be buying myself. So anyway, you have an absolutely awesome day. I thank you so much for joining me. And as usual, all links below. Bye.